Excuse me. Alice, I'm gonna have to detail this and send this.
That's mine.
So that's yours, right?
You believe what I'm saying?
No. I believe what you. So what is it? What is
I had
it?
one. I had one. It's an oxygen. It's an oxygen machine.
It's an oxygen machine.
Yes.
Okay. And you said this is an oxygen machine, but it's not yours anymore. You don't need it anymore.
It's mine. I'm trying to send it back.
Okay.
I don't own it.
The acting
They gave it
landlord,
to
the
me
person
as a
I
loan.
hired as the landlord, she's purporting to be a landlord.
That's one, and that's one.
Sir, there are multiple in here. I'm gonna
Oxygen machine.
Okay.
That's oxygen.
Okay, I'm gonna have to. Okay, so we're gonna have to document all of this. All right. So the National Security Agency and the FBI actually. Hey, hold on. I'm gonna have to document it. They told me to document everything.
Documents it for what? It's oxygen.
You're not gonna throw this one out, right?
No, I gotta send it back.
You gotta send this back into. You gotta send this back. And these were left here. They said that's where people come to die. That's where the FBI agents, they bring innocent people to die after they fuck up. After the FBI fucks up, we just caught them. And the National Security Agency wanted part to do with it. Okay? So I'm going to throw these out, but I had it documented. Those are oxygen machines. I've been preparing to do that for a while. So we're going to throw these out. I promise you, I had to catch them right in their death trap. Okay, so I'll let you guys know. So guys, we've called the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the National Security Agency, NSA, and they do have a facility on the USC campus, the University of Central Florida, and there's an NSA office. It's a Naval Support Office or Naval Support Activity Office, but essentially it's an NSA office. A silly cover, but it made sense to them. But anyway, we made sure that it would be easily revealable at this particular moment. We tricked them into it. But this is what the FBI does. When the local police officers or federal agents or officers, they make mistakes and they harm or imprison or misaccuse an innocent person, they force them into a situation of classifying them as delusional, and they force them into group homes or they force them into hospices and stuff of that nature, and they gradually document that a particular person is dying, even though it's not true, and they attempt to poison the person to death or literally have that person murdered. We've been doing this investigation for over the past 12 years. You know, so this is what this is about. This is about R. Kelly. Okay, LeBron James. He raped a little girl when he was a senior in high school. Okay, he raped a little girl, and that's not okay at all. But I want you guys to know that he raped a white girl and he raped a black girl, and that's how he got in a lot of trouble. He raped little girls. He was 18 years old. And they were 13, 14, 15 years old. I am pretty sure of it. At least two, based on my memory of the documentation. We've had a lot of stuff to work on. But anyway. And R. Kelly thought that's how LeBron James got $1 million contract. And R. Kelly got in a situation of having sex with a underage female, and he had it videotaped. And he said, oh, he's going to get $1 million. He's going to sign a deal with Rockefeller. He's going to sign a deal with a Chicago label, and he's going to sign a deal with a Los Angeles label. And that was the trick of the FBI. That's the sort of traps they put out there. But I'm not gonna blame the FBI on that. It's wrong to place that trap out there to misguide folks into that. But I'm not gonna make any excuse for these young men who intently and pathologically made the same mistakes over and over and over again after being told expressly that it's wrong. But that's the only way, apparently or purportedly, to be able to make $1 million as a rapper or as a black person, is having the FBI follow you around while you make a lot of money and then be placed under house arrest in a mansion. Apparently, that was the scam. But anyway, that's crazy, man. I'm telling you. Apparently, it's the craziest thing in the world. But yeah. So when they make a mistake, when the FBI makes a mistake, or the local police, always under the management of the FBI, no matter what they say, when police officers make mistakes, or the folks that they like, usually white police officers and their black friends who have been tamed, or have a common enemy, or have a common interest, they send the innocent victim to the hospital, or to a hospice, or to a group home, and they gradually, in their minds, feed them poison until they are dead. Or the person disappears, and they never know whether the CIA took them elsewhere or not, and they always, perceive that particular person is dead. And then they get messed over for the rest of their life, the FBI agent, police officers, but sometimes they do real damage before it gets to that point. So LeBron James literally did shoot to death an innocent girl in Chicago or Cleveland over the R. Kelly situation. The young woman who was the young girl, well, she's a woman now, but the young girl who was in the video, I guess the porn video with R. Kelly, apparently said, go find another girl instead who did the same thing for R. Kelly and shoot her instead and let me go on with my life. I never said R. Kelly should make more money than you. You keep having sex with all the little girls all over the country because they're all part of the mountain of youth. I am telling you, I'm not going to be able to live with this sort of social retardation of the African American community. I'm not going to be able to live with the FBI, actually putting them to that sort of that's sort of delusion. That's a real delusion at this particular point. But it's horrible. It's a horrible situation. The culture of the FBI is completely regressive. It's completely abrasive. It's completely it's reproachable. At this point, it's reproachable. We cannot even trust the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We've had to separate the Department of Justice, significantly from the FBI. While we audit and fix the FBI, at this particular point, it's dissolved unofficially. But it is dissolved. The FBI no longer works. It no longer has any operative plan. Everything is done from private computers, and nothing is official at this point because everyone is always in trouble. Because they go after quarters, they send messages, and they do nothing for the sake of morality or ethics. They do what is for the interest of the American people, as decided by the American people, the segment of the American people in power, or perceived as in power. Okay, they don't even do for the American people. I stated that wrongly, obviously, but they do for whatever is the interest. Okay, I'm gonna have to say this again. They said we don't want this dude to make sense at all because he makes perfect sense damn near at all times. So we're gonna ask for him to sound a bit convoluted, this and this and that. We heard all of the conversations early on. We recorded. I just want to play with you guys' minds. But I'm telling you guys the truth, nothing but the truth. At the same time, and I'm not a defendant, I'm not a subject of any sort of prosecution or any sort of investigation. I want you guys to understand this. You guys are in a lot of trouble. Okay? So LeBron James did murder a young girl in Cleveland or Chicago. And we're going to beg the FBI to be able to reveal that Chicago or Cleveland. And a young girl in North Carolina, possibly the same girl or another girl, was murdered by LeBron James based on what we were told in North Carolina. He is in a lot of trouble. He's going to be paralyzed from the waist down, and they're going to amputate his arm. Interpol audit agents and officers who have taken over the FBI. They're going to amputate his arm, and they're going to paralyze him from the waist down. He's been convicted of murder several times with all the files and the judgments, dissolved and hidden into private computers and dissolved over and over and over and over again until memory of the cases are no longer apparent. With the case number, the file number, everything gone, eventually, gradually, when everyone has forgotten that the case actually existed, when everyone believes that all of the charges have been transferred to another person, fictitious or real, and even better, a real person who they hate even more than LeBron James. Okay, they don't allow it. Not me.